Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a good day. You see it, talking about my man David Stewart, trying to make a few moves. Checking out a few things real quick. About to get started. Gonna be super short. Not super short, but a few interesting things. Letting a few people file in. Okay, excellent condition. So yeah, just doing some of the people that are in tech. I did Elon. I'm gonna do a playlist. Elon, Robert Smith, David Stewart, Jeff Bezos. So I'll keep doing them. Two for me is like uh, seeing the big players, see how they move, see what they're on, seeing how what they got going on. So you know how we do it. Put any of your questions in the chat, tech or cybersecurity, then we'll hit on it. Like I said, I'm gonna get started. Like I said, super quick. And what's up, Wayne Wallace in the house? Glad you joined me. So yeah, checking out some of the billionaires. Tired of talking about entertainer billionaires. Let's talk about some business people. So we about to hit it up. If you got any tech questions or cybersecurity, just drop them in the box and we'll talk about it. Hump days here almost. So once again, David Stewart, billionaire. JM, that's good to see some millionaire brothers in tech too. Yeah, I got tired of talking about athletes and entertainers. So let's talk about some tech people in business. So I did Robert Smith a couple weeks ago. I always forget about David Stewart for some reason. I think Robert Smith gets out a little more publicity in that realm. So we'll go over a couple slides. Just some interesting stuff on his company website. So we're gonna drill into there. I thought was it'll be interesting to everybody. So let's get at it. You know how we do it. If we got any tech questions or cybersecurity questions, just drop them in the box and we'll be moving back and forth. Because I know people be dropping in. So, I'm running out of gas already, man. It's just Tuesday. It's just Tuesday. So, I need to take a little vacation, I think. But once again, David Stewart, I'm always talking about Robert Smith. So, I just want to get a little background on my man. So long story short, I'll go through once again. I appreciate the email. PBR I reached out to Bill in regards to Oracle, very informative. Okay, that's cool. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing maybe a little stuff in Oracle. He actually had his whole academy based on that. Like I said, I was an Oracle DBA for 5 years, and I did Oracle programming for 10. So I wouldn't call it outdated, but there's a lot of better databases and cheaper databases. But in the Fed space and the government space, that Oracle's still the truth, and it's still a ton of work out there for that. So I don't know if it was you. Somebody else said they were doing AWS with Oracle. Like I said, I did a stream on that. So yeah, it's still popular, just expensive. So when my man was born David Stewart was born in Chicago, Illinois. In 1953, his family moved to Missouri. As a child, he, of course, faced poverty. He vividly remembers segregation, separate schools, sitting in a balcony at movie theaters, being barred from public swimming pools. He was among a small group of African American high schools who integrated a public swimming pool in 1967. So, when was he born? Homemaker and mechanic in 1953. He got his bachelor's degree in business from Central Missouri State in 1973. And business degree. After graduation, he worked at Wagner Electric. He got into sales, though. Shout out to Black Heights. What's up, casual economist? He got into sales in Missouri Pacific and was a senior account executive at Federal Express, where he was recognized as Salesman of the Year and inducted into the company's Hall of Fame. Federal Express be selling a lot. Then he was a founder of Telco a global technology and supply chain management store. So he actually acquired a company and grew it to that billionaire status, right? And we get into that. So um I've never really thought about acquiring, but that's what Robert Smith does, right? He acquires companies, put them in his portfolio, and stitch them up. I think he owns like a big conglomerate, and when he buys them, he integrates them, right? I don't think he tries to spin them off in the public like Robert Smith. So he built a huge company, Worldwide Technology, onto itself, right? So in 1990, he founded Worldwide Technology, a system integrator. In 1993, he concentrated and focused on implementing enterprise-wide imaging, conversion service, and telecommunications, which was hot in 1993, right? Once again, a very few billionaires, and he's one of them. So let's see. Yep, the email, we were cool. It seems like Progress has more. Yeah, because it's cheaper. And actually, Progress stole almost all their stuff from Oracle, Wayne. I do a little Progress because most of the stuff Oracle did 20 years ago, Postgres just now doing good. So a lot of the packages and procedures you can do in Postgres. And two is hardware is so good with SSD drives, right? You get the kind of speed that they were getting back, 15 to 20 years ago. So now Postgres that's what I use. When if I'm gonna do something, my SQL's hot, but I'm a package and procedure guy. So I like writing that server-side code in the database. Once again, in 1999, he spun off telecommunication divisions from Telbar, and sales from two companies continue to grow. Revenue slipped in 22 as worldwide technology felt the impact of the technology recession. In 2003, combined reported revenue passed $1 billion, and Steward formed Worldwide Technology Holding Company as the parent for the other two firms. 2018 revenue hit an estimated 11 billion, which was ranked it as one of the St. Louis largest private companies because he's actually banks out of St. Louis. Shout out to Citizen Lou. Oh, he's a system integrator. We're going to go into it. He's a system integrator. He's really just like IBM and them, and just a smaller version. Kind of like that other black dude like everybody's talking about. He's got a bunch of government contracts and a bunch of private contracts. And we look at his partners, and on his website, it shows some of his larger contracts. So he's getting that Fed money. So he needs some programmers, man. I was looking on his site, Citizen Lou. He needs you. So they got programmers, AWS. They in the cloud. They helping companies integrate, get to the cloud. High performance, healthcare. He's in almost anything big in the federal space, right? So, and we're gonna look at that. And my man, he's profile. He's worth 6 billion. This was I think I got this out of Fortune. As of 10/17/2020, he was ranked 389 in the world today as richest people on the planet. So he in the 389. I think I'm 4,400 trillion. No, I'm just playing. David Stewart is a co-founder, like we talked about World War T. Sometimes went without a paycheck. Today, he's the majority owner of a $14 billion companies, who customers included Citi, Bank, Verizon, and federal governments, like we just talking about, Luke. He grew up in the segregated South. He donated $1.3 million to the University of Missouri St. Louis in 2018 to create the David and Thelma Stewart Institute for Jazz Study. And we need some technology study in there now, but shout out to him. Trying to got him and his wife name on the building. So just highlight he struck out on his own. He acquired the transportation business specialist, which audited shipping invoices for companies like Ford, Pfizer, and Campbell Soup, and he uncovered overcharges. So he was really more of an accounting firm when he first started. And, of course, in 1987, he started a sister company, Transport Administrative Service, which helps shipping companies discount over customers. His first big client was Union Pacific, who he used to work for. He asked them to shift through $15 billion worth of bills from a 3-year stretch. Steward had to build a local area network from scratch to essentially connect dozens of computers so they could do the work. He figures out if large such networks in St. Louis at the time. He then knew that tech would change the way we do business. So when he was doing his accounting stuff with the bills, he built the first large area network in St. Louis. So of course, everybody he jumped on a technology bandwagon and got it going. Oh no, his parents wasn't in the tech, JM. I hope he invests some of that money to get more. But oh yeah, we're gonna look at his company. His whole board is diverse. Now he's super diverse. Like I said, he's got his company. We're gonna look at his board. So now his company's you know, he got a lot of diversity in his company, Jam. We're gonna peek at it though. We're gonna go to his website. Location headquartered in St. Louis. WWT has more than 14 million square feet of warehouse, distribution, and integration space around the world, with the strategic integration labs in the United States, Europe, and Asia Pacific, with sales office and distribution centers worldwide. WWT is fueled by their global workforce of 8,000 employees. I was surprised when I look. I was like, man, he got 8,000 employees. That's a crazy amount of employees, man. So their global companies in Missouri. We should call him up on the phone. No, I'm just playing. Then he's got application services in St. Louis too, Missouri. Then he's got St. Louis Technology Campus. We're gonna look on there. He's got his own data center, a la AWS, right? So they're spinning up data centers. Shout out to Tim. We need to get on that bare metal, right? So we're gonna look at his data centers, and two, they actually have free labs you can do. So we're gonna dig into that and look at some of their labs they have on. They had a whole bunch of Cisco SD-WAN stuff that you can sign up for. So I'm gonna put those links in there because I'm actually gonna go out there and see what we can spin up and get into, right? But two is so the industries. He's in all the big industries with his 8,000 employees, utilities, financial services, global service providers, healthcare, life science, manufacturing, oil and gas, public sector, and retail, right? So I think he's in everything. You know, when you're that big and you're an integrator, so I think that's what he's up into. Shout out to the PBO sign in the back. Shout out to the PBO sign. But now, so like I said, I was surprised when he had. Let's roll back. 8,000 employees. That's a crazy amount. But I guess when you worth 6 billion, you know you're gonna have some employees, right? Some of the feature their solutions, and they're highlighting some of these solutions in their labs, and we're gonna look at it and just kind of highlight some of the labs. So automation and orchestration, everybody's in the cloud. They have their own data center, which I thought was super interesting. Of course, digital everything, digital workplace, ESG, right? Clean energy, mobility, networking, and security transformation. Shout out to me, cybersecurity. But once again, doing big things in all the big industries, you know, trying to, you know, get that government money. Let's see some of the services they're spinning up. Comprehensive service and portfolios designed to help you in every stage of your journey to digital transformation. From idea to outcome, you want to find another partner who combines strategic consulting expertise with the ability and seamless execute complex IT deployment worldwide and explore many ways WT service can deliver real tangible outcomes for your business. Shout out to Engineering Cannabis. Let's see. Damn people up talking late night tech instead of late night man. Facts, man. I wanted to talk about a different billionaire. Everybody's on the other billionaire. So I wanted to talk something a little different tonight, Engineering Cannabis. So I want to talk about my man, David Steward. I think he was 389th richest man on the planet. So then at the bottom, application services, agile transformation. Shout out to engineering Lou. Everybody's got their agile stuff on. Artificial intelligence R&D, engineering cannabis is in the house, container platform, and continuous delivery, right? So that's kind of where I want to go into DevOps. Get my chops in there. Of course, they partner with everybody. They got gold partners and silver partners. So they had all the big guys. Cisco App Dynamics, Hewlett Packard, of course, AWS, Azure, Checkpoint, Google Cloud, Fortinet, NVIDIA for them super chips you need for engineering cannabis so you can get that machine learning, artificial intelligence. You need that digital Red Hat, got to get our Linux off. So, they got all the key partners. And once again, we're going to drill down into their website and look at some of their labs. So that's it. I'm going to make sure I drop that link. I put it in there, right? So Advanced Technology Center, the answer to more complex questions. We have developed an immersive learning platform powered by our Advanced Technology Center, that's the ATC, designed to be the forefront of what's possible. Accelerate your knowledge by joining our physical and virtual ecosystem, innovation research, community labs, and thought leadership, being to know wherever you are in the world. So I thought this was super interesting, and we're going to look at it now that they have labs and stuff spin up that you can run in their data center, right? So continuous learning, it seemed like they had their staff, helping people with those labs. So let's look at the labs real quick. If I can. Here, I'm going to drop this in the box. So this is Worldwide T. That was the security model. Let me drop the website in the chat. We're going to look at some of the labs they got in here for that particular. Let's see. Everybody having a nice night. Let's see ATC right there. So their ATC is what to host your lab on ATC. Click here to learn to answer the most complex questions. We're going to look at this video, then we're going to start delving into the labs. But they have their own data center with labs running. So let's see if we can hear this. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
What can we learn?
Which I can't hear it. So let me figure out what's going on. Let's see. I'm trying to go live. I was just listening. Okay. Let's see.
How can we bring technology and business together? How can we accelerate digital transformation? The future is an exciting place to be. The big
Pump that up a little bit.
How do we get there? At WWT, a culture of innovation lies at our core. That's why we've developed a platform.
Let me know if y'all can hear that.
What can we learn from each other? How can we bring technology and business together? How can we accelerate digital transformation? The future is an exciting place to be. The big question is, how do we get there? At WWT, a culture of innovation lies at our core. That's why we've developed a platform powered by our Advanced Technology Center, designed to be at the forefront of what's possible. Here, within our physical and virtual ecosystem of knowledge, technology, and research, we can accelerate innovation, connect our customers to new realities, prove they can happen, and achieve the best business outcomes. Be ready for business in weeks, not months, by comparing and validating technology before you go to market. Arrive at solutions faster by getting trusted recommendations from the experts. Join communities to engage in real conversations on overcoming challenges. Accessed anytime, anywhere. See what's next for your business by collaborating in a personalized environment. The ATC platform has all the resources to ground new possibilities in truth. Decisions are easier to make when you know what's achievable, what's right for your environment, your business. You can be in the know wherever you are in the world. Don't miss the opportunity to live in the future. Join us at the ATC platform at wwt.com. Together, let's make a new world happen.
So they gave you commercial, but if you look down here, I put the link down there. He have his own data centers located in the heart of Tech campus in St. Louis. So he has his data centers there. Let's see. Come on, come on. So yeah, they have their own data centers. B2B platform collection of physical labs. Let's see. So let's hit these while that's coming up. See, engineer. I'll be like 10 people some JavaScript reinforced learning. Yeah, I gotta start programming. Shout out to Citizen Lou. I'm about to get my Java going. Looks like this company will be doing this for year million. Oh yeah. Like you said, he's making it happen. Shout out to Helmet for joining me. Goof to see you feel sister. He's an OG. Yeah, facts. He's definitely an OG, man. He was talking about segregated swimming pools. Oh, he older than me, obviously. So let's look at some of the labs. Once again, I put it in there. So they have their labs. ATC, you got data center, you have your labs. And like so they got Cisco labs you can access, advanced configuration labs, zero trust with Zscalers. So it looks like they kind of have this labs like AWS that you could do, and you're actually doing it on their data center. So once again, I put that link in there so y'all can go check the labs out. They had NetApp, volumes, tick for trusted internet connections. That's federal work. I do that a little bit. My client VMware Labs, Cisco, I always call it Akai Labs, Palo Alto Labs. So they have a few things going on. Converge, Edge platform. I'm doing that right now on AWS. So they running Edge platforms and this stuff. So, so my man, so this company provides specific for other companies and probably builds dashboard. Oh yeah, I think they do all of that. I think they do the whole kit and caboodle, whatever you need. If you need integration, if you need you're helping your company go up to AWS, Azure, or that, I think they're into that multi-cloud. Yeah, I think he's doing aerospace too, because the federal contract. Aerospace for him might be setting up, their network, letting them run their algorithms on their platform. Here, let's go over here. Yep, he was. Let's see. I had industries up there. Let's see. That's industries. Let's see if they got aerospace and industries for JM utilities, global life science. Well, I don't see aerospace, but healthcare, oil and gas, JM. Shout out to AIME, oil and gas. They got data analytics and AI and oil and gas, federal, state, retail, application development. I didn't see aerospace, JM, but I would conclude, if they need some computer support or something, they would spin up in there. So. Appreciate it, Peter, an investor. This is Lou shouting out. That's what I'm trying to do. JavaScript, create a dashboard. That's it, man. I was actually creating dashboard in a cloud watching AWS, so I was using their widgets. Oh, that's what up. I'm trying to understand what business. That's a cool niche to get into. Oh, fact. I think he's in a little bit of everything. Citizen Lou. I think he integrator. When you got 8,000 people, Citizen Lou, you can jump in anything you want. But I feel you. So let's go back and look at a couple of those labs. Like I said, I think I'm gonna jump on this platform and start using his labs. I dropped the link if anybody want to come up. Like I said, those labs right here is kind of what kind of piqued my interest. Some of that, had Red Hat, Cisco with Windows, AWS Labs, I guess with Net Apps. So I'm gonna definitely I dropped that link. I'll drop it again too with their ATC with their data centers. So I was gonna go out there and see what labs they had out there that I could spin up. What's up, brother Lou? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on, Professor?
Oh man, I just want to see another billionaire, man. I was tired of the other billionaire today, so I thought I was gonna
right. Yeah, exactly. I got it. Mic check.
You sound good on my end.
Yeah, I got an echo.
It ain't echoing on my end, but maybe it's in the chat.
Yeah,
But it's
no,
not.
I think it's coming from your mic.
It is because I got you in headset, so that's weird that it would come from my mic. But
Is it me?
yeah, because I got on headset, so it wouldn't reverberate for the echo. But I don't know, it might be.
Anybody else?
Am I echo? Is he echoing in the crowd?
Here.
What would be the difference between your dashboard from a provider like Salesforce opposed to building your own? It's a lot easier, JM, because building it, like Citizen Lou will tell you, if I got to build it, I got to do JavaScript, I got to do some kind of applet, I got to do on Amazon. I just click 2 buttons in the dashboard there. They give you the widgets for you, so I don't have to hand build them, JM. So that makes it a lot easier. So Echo.
Hold on, let me check it now. Yeah, it's still a little bit of echo.
Is that me? That might be me. Let me. Ooh. Hold on, I'm a unshare my Let me unshare my screen and reshare it.
Mic check. Okay, it's gone now.
Yeah, what I had, that was my bad. You know, I'm still favorite thing I'm struggle streaming. I had I had share audio, so I think when I shared the audio, it was sharing your audio too back through.
Mic check. Yeah, it's good now. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I took the share audio out. I think because I was sharing a video on the web, so I think it was sharing you as part of
from Restream.
The browser. So I'm still learning. But now he got a lot going on. I think he's just a little baby AWS. I ain't gonna say baby because he worth $6 billion, but he's just a smaller version.
Yeah, but that's cool though, because it's kind of like, I mean, okay, so that's essentially what it is. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's cool though. I mean that's like, I mean they go to show you don't have to be like just, there's enough of the market for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's enough pie for everybody. I mean, yeah, he's not. Obviously, he's not Jeff Bezos, but who cares? I mean, $6 billion ain't nothing to scoff at. You know what I'm saying?
No. He ranked 389th in the world. They said I'm like 4 trillion. So he killing it.
Yeah, like Peter Investor said, yeah, technology is the industry which produces billionaires. Yeah, because you're talking about massive scale.
Oh,
where you can reach millions of people. You know what I'm saying? So that's from a computer.
Yeah, and the cool thing, like is, and I tell a lot of people that a lot of times is you only need really a laptop and a computer, man, and you good to go, man. You good to go.
Yeah,
because a lot of infrastructure.
Yeah, because with AWS, I mean, you got so many. You can just plug like you don't even need to create like a back end or a database. I mean, AWS, they give it to you right then and there, and it's ready for you to scale. So if your application or whatever that you build starts to gain, a lot of people in it, AWS is right there with you. I'm just saying that, it's just you can make money through tech because you could just, like you said, you're just working at massive scale, and just so many people can, you could do business with.
Yeah, and it's I mean, you do a little AWS too. Is they building it for themselves with Prime and all that? They spending up to trillions at Christmas, so they can pretty much handle anything you come up with. So
yeah, man, I think I saw it said that Apple they spend like $50 million a month for like their iCloud is built on AWS.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think I did a video. You didn't come. I listed all the people. Netflix spend a crazy amount because they build on AWS.
Yep, Snapchat.
Oh man.
Yeah, but not to divert from him. Because I was trying to figure out. I was just because I went to his website because I saw you post a stream. I was like, what is it? Like, what does the company do? But I guess, like you said, so it's like it provides a service that integrates businesses and get them, digitize a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah. I think he's really like IBM. The old kind of IBM. If whatever you need, he got a workforce to come out. If you're trying to, get in healthcare or do some big migration or move a big platform, then the government's always looking for people. So he's building on that government money. So, big companies always having integrators to come in. I worked at a big state client and they always had somebody come in.
Right.
Shout out to Engineering Cannabis. What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on?
I got tired of talking about the other billionaire, man. I want to try. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. He'll be all right. He got money. He's not stressing about anything. He'll be all right. But yeah, but this billionaire, his focus on tech is really good. He's basically, I believe he'll be the equivalent of IBM, his
Yep.
company.
Mm-hmm.
So he provides, again, as Lou states, dashboards
Mm-hmm.
for, again, different, again, he's doing it for different sectors,
Yep.
healthcare, financial, and again, what he's doing is unique because, again, for instance, he's going to create a dashboard maybe for a healthcare system, maybe an AI system where maybe the objective of the healthcare or hospital is to try to do scheduling. So he
Yeah.
creates a dashboard, an AI system, an algorithm attached to the dashboard, and again with a database, data structure, and all that attached to it. So it's a huge aspect of it. That's what I'm trying to even learn. Again, JavaScript, trying to then again, I've been using Python for a long time, just learning how JavaScript works and in relation to, again, data science and all that. It's a huge undertaking, and that whole system it's something else. So
No, that's
it's
true.
it's very profitable too, and
Oh yeah.
very very
Let me,
very.
let me
Yeah, I
get
was
this
wondering what
question
the
real.
profit. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, Lou. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was wondering what internet cam just. I was wondering what the profit margins were.
It's huge because, again, these are unique. Again, you've done Java, you know JavaScripts and all that. Just trying to you use JavaScript, create a dashboard. Then at the back end of it, you create an AI system, an algorithm attached to that dashboard that takes those data and then makes sense of that data. Maybe give you a
A
schedule,
visualization.
a visualization tool. Not only that, but
Yeah,
also a
yeah.
scheduling tool. So taking all that data and makes okay. For instance, if a nurse comes in and says, one of the stuff I'm trying to create is a dashboard that takes maybe patients that come in critical. So it takes all that data and then classifies which patients are critical, which patients are not critical based on your initial readings from your blood pressure, temperature, and all that. Then use the AI to create that whole classification system. Then classifies which patients are critical and which patients are not, and which patients needs to be attended immediately. And then the dashboard then takes it and then shows you a visualization. So that is just something like that uses in healthcare, and that can be used in any different area. So
You see
imagine
that?
imagine that dashboard being utilized in 10, 15 hospitals.
Yeah,
That's a
you see
lot of
that?
money.
You see that on the screen, Lou? They talking about some of their work was web application streamline with mental health services. They did a global pharmaceutical network infrastructure build out. You see that, Citizen Lou?
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking, right?
Code
When
to
I
test
said dash,
automation right there.
because when you said about the government contracts, I remember this company. They were out in San Diego. They kind of work with the Navy, and they do like the chief naval operations officer. They'll create like a dashboard for him, and they'll connect the dashboard to like the database, and then
Yeah.
they'll create an API that pulls from the database, and then they'll
Yeah,
just visualize it. So that's why I was that's why I was thinking. I said that's probably when you were saying digital, migration is probably like
Yeah.
yeah,
you got all your books, you know what I'm saying, engineering, where you got like all your
uh,
receipts and stuff, and they
yeah.
just probably put it all in the database and
And now
visualize it.
you're often now connected to a cloud system. So now,
Yeah.
because now nobody wants to get their own database. They go straight to that cloud system.
Yeah.
So now you have to connect to a cloud system, and now you have to deal with security system,
Facts.
accessibility. So it's a huge undertaking that, again, government would rather have someone pay for it, and
Facts, man.
each piece might not be dealt with one person. Might not be dealt with a whole individual. Each piece might be dealt by one specific individual, and each piece make. That's how many government contractors make a lot of money. Basically, each piece of that whole solution is dealt with one company, and this company right here deals with the whole piece itself.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get this real quick. I'm gonna let both of y'all chime in. He said, any brothers able to lend some advice trying to transition to the cloud support? I have a MS Azure architect and an AWS associate architect, but having trouble getting hits. Like Helmut said, I will get your LinkedIn typed up. Um, what experience are you bringing with it? Because everybody know I'm on my AWS kick. I bring security and federal compliance with my AWS. So I'm Demond. I don't know if there's an S missing. Demond. What other things are you? Because since you're new to the cloud, you got to say, like Citizen Lou, he could say, I'm a programmer moving to the cloud. He could put those two together, right? Or he could say, I could do DevOps because I'm a programmer, so I know how to build pipelines and stuff. So Demond, you got to add a little bit more to that. What's your background? And we can chime in. Anybody else got anything for my man Demond?
No, I think you hit it on the head because AWS is so vast.
Yeah,
so vast,
there's so many different services that it provides.
Right.
Oh my God, yeah.
So
I'm
you know,
I'm doing compliance and I'm gonna do DevOps. So I'm putting those two together, Demond. So what's your other background? Are you coming from, like I said, programming? So then you can say I can program to the cloud. I can take it up. I can work on your pipeline. Are you coming from AI? You said machine
he said
learning.
He come from sysadmin.
He has to come from somewhere. AWS is just a big database system.
So he put it in there, Citizen Lou at the bottom.
Yeah, he said I'm a current system administrator
for
a hospital service. Yeah,
and that's you can go to the healthcare. Use the healthcare route. Usually, system admin. Yeah, use the healthcare route. Storing data, helping hospitals go into the cloud itself, transferring their data system into the cloud system itself. Yeah, that's a whole niche on its own.
Yeah. So when I'm getting there. When he says system admin, is he okay? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Good luck to LinkedIn, honey. Demond, did you reach out? There's some career development. Black Heights is pretty good with that. Textual Chatter. They help get your resume and all that stuff tightened up. Y'all got anything on that? Lou and
LinkedIn is powerful, man. I get lots of hits on LinkedIn. I mean,
I do. I took mine off. I was on Indeed. Shout out to the doctor. Everybody go subscribe to my man Big Discussion 76 Technology. PhDs in the house. That's one of the regrets in my life. I should have got my PhD when I was younger, but it's all good. Shout out to the PhDs in the house. Go subscribe. He definitely be giving great content.
Yeah, but yeah, what was the question previously?
How to get in to the cloud, because he had Azure. And two, I would say pick a cloud.
On LinkedIn. LinkedIn is powerful. Just focus on LinkedIn, and again, focus on your skills you previously have and how that relates to the cloud itself. And again, Lou, software developer, he's gonna say he goes in the cloud and develops apps or all that within the cloud system and deploys it. Everybody, security systems, AI, everything. It's just what you've done previously, and the cloud is just there to aid and enhance what you do on your day-to-day basis itself.
On system administrator, you Windows, Linux, AIX if you old like me. What systems are you adminning on that, Demond? Development, LinkedIn gang. But yeah, like I said, I just got tired of hearing about the other billionaires, so I want to do David Tech. Then real quick back on Vance T, I'm gonna go check out. He got all these free labs out here, access to lab, and so I think he had a programming lab out here too, Converge platform. And I think Demond's on it. Everybody knows the cloud is the future. Really, the cloud is now. I feel like I'm behind, so I'm trying to get caught up. I've got 4 AWS certs, so I've been going super hard. I'm about to take the DevOps, and I'm gonna try to take the professional one at the end of November. Take one of the professional certs. That was looking pretty hard, though. Go ahead.
In terms of Amazon, I really never liked work. Amazon is one place I really don't want to work for, to be honest with you. I love their cloud services, but I hear they walk them like a dog on that. So I don't know.
The pay be crazy, though. The pay be crazy, man.
Yeah, but again, look at Microsoft. Microsoft crazy, but they're not walking like a dog.
Oh, the problem is I had an interview, and I'm gonna talk about that. I did the loop. I did 6 hours of interviews in one day. Man, then they tell me I didn't get it. They hurt my little feelings, but it was all good. I just want to take it. But just be honest though, is I in the first interview for a senior, the
Mm.
guy like me, he was Indian. He said, do a regular one, then in a year you could try to get the senior. The regular one was total package was 362. My base was 180. You get $60,000 in restricted stock options every year, and you get a $30,000 signing bonus. Man, I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Amazon's cool, but again, other than the Fang too, you can go to Oracle. You can go
Facts.
to. I know a lot of banks. I know
Yeah.
a lot of other companies other than the Fang. They actually pay equivalent to the Fang and big more. But again, I love Amazon, but I don't really want to work there. I'd rather
But
work
the,
for.
the thing though is, if I would work there, I was gonna work there for 2 years and then try to spin off my own stuff. Because once you tell people you
Yeah.
work for Amazon, people just think you the end all be all. So
Yeah, but yeah, mine is again Netflix, Microsoft, and all
but
that.
you got young kid, you building. I'm old, man. Don't nobody want me. I'm here by myself. I can work 12 hours a day, man, if you pay me.
I can't. No, I'm not doing Amazon for nothing. No.
Nah, I hear you, man. So what's going on with you, Lou? How's your I know you was grinding on some stuff, man. What's going on with you, man?
Well, I'm working on some stuff right now.
That's cool.
I'm using I'm gonna use AWS for this app I'm working on.
That's cool.
I'm using it for the back end. That way, I don't really have to.
What database you using? What you connecting to on the back end?
I'm just probably gonna use DynamoDB.
Okay, that's what everybody use, man. I'm just such an old guy, man. I grew up on relational. I know inside and out. It's mathematically proven. I have a hard time using NoSQL unless I'm really doing something super unique. So I'm trying to outgrow that. I think that's
Yeah,
I
know what you.
problem,
I know what you.
man.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's kind of a transition a little bit, but I do like NoSQL because it's like you put because it's still increments by the ID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like you still and it's still relation. It's still relational.
Yeah, but I'm an old school guy. I like the foreign key, the check stuff there, man. You can just keep adding to your document, and you didn't have this column now. Then the next record, you can add it on the fly with no problems.
Yeah, I think the word NoSQL kind of shines that a little bit quicker. Is that like when you're making like like if you're using like I say a social media site where like people are like changing their comments and changing like their profile picture and stuff like that, you just go straight to the content, the ID itself, and then you could just access it instead of like doing different queries.
Yeah.
Cause I think that's kind of where it like where the database is constantly changing, because SQL is not necessarily always changing. It's more like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm just
I hope maybe I'm just trying to see, you know what I'm saying? I'm bouncing off you guys, see if y'all agree or not, because that's my understanding of it.
No, but too, that's how you learn though too, to be honest, I've been doing a little more DynamoDB in my labs because, like you said, I think you need to use the right tool or the right database for the job. I think everything should go on relational with my hammer. Just be like relational. So.
Yeah, SQL, NoSQL, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Have you utilized Hadoop? Is it Hadoop? Or?
I have a little bit.
Hadoop, yeah. Hadoop is another good one too.
Yeah, when you using large data, for your map reduce stuff.
Yeah. It's again, my problem is I'm switching between JavaScript and Python, and again, the whole problem is when I'm writing in Python, like defining a function, you do DEF and all that. When you're doing it in JavaScript, it's different. So anytime I'm trying to build an API, my whole dashboard, I'm either using JavaScript or Python. I'm still good at Python, but again, it's a problem, which I don't know if it's a bad problem, but trying to understand that whole concept in JavaScript and Python. That's my big aspect right now.
But see, I'm before Citizen Lou, so JavaScript at first really was for the front end. Now you can have JavaScript inserted into the database and everything. So
JavaScript, HTML,
the new stuff. Yeah, I just use JavaScript for the first part. Now you can have JavaScript do everything like PHP. So I think I'm still wrapping my mind around. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna let everybody chime in there. JM, for someone starting off a career, do you recommend starting off with a big company like Amazon? I'm gonna chime in first because I'm old. I always like start off with a big company. Number one, they give you training, they give you good benefits, and usually you get to learn from people. A lot of times we go to small shop, you are the man. A lot of times when you go to Amazon, when I worked at DoD, I worked with Oracle consultants. I just learned so much in that 2 years. Then I used that to get my Oracle bag and start making six figures. When I worked at a big company, I was around some of the top consultants in the Midwest, and I was just taking notes, Jay. And so for me, I'm old school. So I'm gonna let Citizen Lou chime in on what he think on that.
That's I'm glad you said that, man. There's a lot of people kind of push back on that. They say,
yeah,
oh man, don't join no big company or what. I mean, my thing is though, it depends on where you live. That is a good point too.
Facts.
I think most.
Don't get me wrong, though. I think you should go to a big company. Once you learn everything, go to a little company and run everything. But the big company, they paid $10,000 worth of Oracle training for me, and I just had to stay 2 years. I took that training, I was off and running. So that's
what do you consider a big company? I'm just want to make sure I'm
anything probably over 500-600 people, 1,000 people.
Okay, I got you. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because you got because a lot of people, you got FANG companies.
Oh yeah, that's humongous. But yeah. To me, a small company, anything over small is anything really over 500-600 is small. Anything over that, to me, you got. I guess I put that at medium-sized companies and above. Like you said,
I agree though. I agree with you though. I think it is best to go to a big company first because you kind of see how everything works, and like you said, they have different incentives. You can.
There are pros and cons for that.
Oh yeah, but real quick, but they teach you the structure of how it is. Because when I was willy-nilly, once you go in there, you get stand up. They teach you agile. They teach you structured program. A lot of times in small companies, they let you cowboy it up. Go ahead.
That's the thing. In a big company, they might pigeonhole you to one role. So you start up and say, okay, you're going to be a system administrator. Maybe you want to be something cybersecurity or something, but because they say you are going to do this, you're going to do this. But in a small company, you wear numerous hats because you're trying to do something. So it depends. And again, in big companies, you're allowed to make a lot of mistakes and learn from the mistakes.
But remember, he said starting off. So since you're starting off, a lot of times, you get your skills up. A lot of times, you really ain't got skills. But go ahead.
So it depends. There's a lot of pros. So in big companies, I knew when I started, I made a lot of mistakes. But again,
facts,
I work in a big company, and they absorb those mistakes.
Yeah, and a lot of times too is people are watching you too. Because when I work, I had to turn my stuff into the senior program review. We would have code and walkthroughs with the senior people. They would just tear my shit up.
So you have a lot of again insights and a lot of checks and balances in a big one. In a small one, you just numerous hats. You learn quicker in a small one. I'll tell you that.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna push back a lot of times because I was stuck a lot of times and I needed help, man. With a big company, you can shoot it to people. I'm stuck here a little bit. Man, I looked at stuff. And two, I pre-Google. You couldn't Google that shit back in the 80s. You had to get a book. Go ahead.
Most of my learning I learned quickly was from adversity. When my back was against the wall, I didn't know nothing. I'll go read the whole library just to find a whole solution. Go through the whole system. So it depends. So it just depends on where you are. Again, big company, small company, at the end of the day, you're trying to gain those skills to move to what you want to do at the end of the day.
Facts. And that's really what it's about.
I got it right. I was supposed to be live, but this was such a good topic.
When you going live now?
Yeah, I had it scheduled at 7:30. I was supposed to be live, but I've been just chopping it up with y'all. My bad. I'm gonna have to get up out of here. This is good.
I ain't much longer. I'm gonna send my audience to you, man, when I'm done, Lou.
Okay, all right, man. Y'all take it easy. It's about tech too, so
that's cool. I'll come your way after mine. I ain't going too much longer.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy. I'll see y'all later.
All right, man. But yeah, so like he said, it depends on what you're doing. Like I said, and either way is when like I said, I'm old school, so I think a lot of times when you're just getting your feet wet, go to the big company, get the training. Two is, I was at a big organization, so Oracle Consultants was there, IBM Consultants was there, so I just hung out with those guys, and I was just absorbing knowledge, man. I was just, People were teasing me. I came in with wingtips one day, like the IBM dudes. So I tried to fit in and get that bag. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember the one thing is everybody's still learning. Nobody knows
Oh, facts.
everything.
No, facts.
Till today, I'm still learning, and I'm telling you, nobody knows everything.
Yeah, but two is I work with one guy from Discover. Like you said, we learned he brought some Discover card techniques because he was really working with big data. I shit you not, I did this routine, was supposed to go to 1 billion records. When I first did it was gonna take 40 days. He showed me a couple small techniques. I was done in 4 hours. So sometimes,
Sometimes,
he was bringing some new techniques that I've just never seen a lot of times. So yeah, them trolls are busy, man. The bots, they trying to get you to go to the metaverse, man, to the only verse.
But yeah, it's getting into tech. It's again with this billionaire, he had an idea, and again, he's probably using skills from other people to basically run his company.
No, facts.
So it's a huge, again, tech is huge, and it's always growing, even though with the recession and everybody talking about what's going on. But it's again, I looked up Microsoft careers, and I just typed in data, and I saw a lot of jobs in Microsoft and remote jobs that are paying stupid money. And that's for Microsoft. Again, Netflix the same way. Even though everybody's saying it's free, if you go in their career site, type data, a lot of jobs come out. Machine learning, data science, data analytics. I mean, a lot of jobs come out. I go with the same banks, same everything, they come out. So even with security, with software, everything comes out. Yes, there are hiring freezes, but I'm going to say this: those hiring freezes or those people who got fired, mostly in a month or two, most of them are already hired in different places.
Oh, facts.
So
such a shortage. If you're decent, like you said, you're gonna get picked up.
So when everybody's saying, "Hey, these people are firing," the question is, what's the turnover rate for these individuals who are fired? Most of them are going into either going to banks or going to the competitors and all this. And so again, they show you the bad side, the bad news, but they don't show you what's going on in the other side, the turnover rates of all these individuals who got fired. Most of them going to oil and gas. Most of them going into crypto. These are hospitals. All these are just scooping all these individuals up once they get fired from these companies.
Because, like you said, there's a shortage of people. Let me ask this real quick, JM. The client I left was a big state client. They still were doing a ton of jQuery inside of their custom Java app. So I think jQuery is still used a lot. On top of that is React has built-in JavaScript into it and Angular. So I think inside Angular and React, they have their own widgets you can use. But if you need some custom built, people still do a ton of jQuery too, JM. Shout out to First Gen. Tend to be out there. Nah, that's true. They'll be walking me out the door with that big bang. So let's see what the doc said. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, Doc. We can just shoot me email. I'll bring along engineering cannabis. I'll bring along citizen loop. I'll bring along keep it techy. We definitely open to a tech stream.
Yeah,
we got to get engineering cannabis some more subscribers. Definitely.
We just need tech stream. We need more tech streams and less EA stream.
Yeah, we're gonna get the Onlyverse, man.
More tech stream, less EA stream, but hey,
facts, baby. Facts, man. Facts.
The problem is he's making more money, and people are there needs to be a reversal, but hey, it's okay.
We done talked about that a million times, engineering cannabis. You know what it is. It's sad, but it is. They become billionaires not only on their own skills, but important by leveraging. Oh yeah, but the cool thing about that, Peter, is they pay people well for their skills.
Yeah,
right?
they do.
So, all right, because two is he's taking a lot of risk. You got to go get the client. You got to get the infrastructure. You got to pay a team of people. So right, so there's a risk to doing that, but so he compensates you for your skill level. So
Yeah, that's and the thing is, there's a lot of companies really are lacking a lot of skilled individuals, especially in tech. And again, people think diversity. If you think diversity is not important, I believe your diversity is important,
mm-hmm.
especially within tech, especially now
Right.
with the rise of AI and all that.
Yeah.
We need diversity more and more and more each day.
Oh, fine,
It's
fine.
it's it's again, it's abundantly clear that we need it, but we need to recruit more people. I mean, in the government sector, in the
Yeah.
private sector, it's something else.
I appreciate you, Demond. That's gonna go to the barbecue fund. Shout out to the $5 chat. No problem. If you need anything else, just reach out to me, ProfessorBlackOps@gmail.com. Just hit me up. Like I said, we can chat offline on it. Like I said, I'm really working on my AWS certs. Like I said, since I got certified, my hits have been, picking up a little bit. But
Yeah.
I've been in the game for 30 years, so it's a little different for me. But um,
LinkedIn, if you a little tweak in your resume, a little tweak again. If I go in when I go to my LinkedIn, I just tweak. Maybe I tweak I say I learned how to utilize a certain algorithm today. Just that tweak, I get like 15 to 20 responses. Or I
oh,
just
facts.
learned how to improve object detection with transformers. Just that tweak, I get 15 calls or 20 calls.
Me too. What I did though,
So
I think they were 8 buys, and I took 10 years off my resume. But go ahead.
yeah, just a little tweak on your skill set.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, LinkedIn again, it depending on what you want to do. And niche down. Normally I tell you niche down. If you love the the arena of healthcare, niche down to what you specifically can provide to the healthcare field. And I promise you, the healthcare field are looking for a lot of
Oh,
tech
facts, facts.
folks. A lot.
Shout
I
out to
mean,
Gabe for dropping $20 into the barbecue fund. I've been looking up your Gabe A account. I don't see you blocked or whatever, but I shout out to Gabe. Struggle Security, go subscribe to him. Shout out to the $20 for the barbecue fund. But now, like you said, healthcare, I've been actually because we talked about it. AWS has the machine learning and I think the AI certification. So I've been peeking at it a little bit.
it's not. I think the AI cert. I've been trying to do. I'm taking the exam. The AI cert. It doesn't focus on what I do. It focuses
No,
on
their
what
services.
AWS
Yeah, their service.
provides. It
I
doesn't.
noticed that
It
too.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't tell you, how to create an algorithm mathematically. What? No, it just provides. It shows you the services. So that's a good thing. If you understand AI already, taking that cert is easy.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Let me let me get this real quick, and I'm gonna let you get it. Do you think wages will decrease overall in tech due to the rise of AI? I'm
no,
doing a stream talking about the death of the programmer, but it's going to
no.
increase because what's going to happen is it's going to force you to get a little better with AI from a security perspective. AWS has AI detective, and it looks through the logs for you to help you find bad guys. Shout out to Struggle Security. It looks at TPTs and stuff. But now you got to understand a little AI with the security, and that's going to drive your
Mm,
wages up, right? And two is the reason why is we're such a shortage. So AI is not going to take jobs yet because
no.
we're super short anyway. Chime in on that, engineer.
AI is gonna explode more jobs.
Yeah,
Imagine right now I'm looking at the legal side and also the healthcare side. Legal application AI, now AI has exploded the application of just legal analysis. How to use data to analyze legal cases. How to use data to
yeah,
analyze, predict what happens, and so you're gonna need a software engineer to develop a platform and
yeah.
connect to. So it's exploding in different areas and sectors. And again, most people have not adopted many of these technologies. Some of
Oh yeah.
those sectors. So again, it's going to explode the tech side. AI is not going to diminish it. AI is going to improve on it.
No, yeah.
Even with security, because of AI, security and
Mm-hmm.
AI is going hand in hand. We need
Mm-hmm.
look at the robot Elon Musk is trying to create
Yeah.
for 20,000. So now he creates a robot for 20,000. What do you think the security system is gonna be to protect
Yeah.
that robot?
No, that's true.
It's gonna make you're gonna have something like McPhee for the robot system, or
Facts.
McPhee software for a robot system. So that's gonna be an external money you're gonna pay for that. So this is what it is. It's gonna explode the industry. The industry is gonna grow more and more.
Yeah, facts. Then this one, Peter Investor said, if other communities are leveraging technology to become wealthy, why are we not seeing more tech from our community? We talked about this, and the reason why is even if you look at the movies today, tech people consider nerds. You're not considered a high value man. You consider a high value man when you're in your 30s and you make six figures, but coming up, the tech guys are still getting their books knocked out of their hands on TV shows. So people don't think it's sexy, right? And two is a
It's
lot of people
hard.
don't understand what it is. And a lot of people are scared of math. Your
Yeah,
turn, engineer. Kind of jump in there.
it's again, it's telling someone you're gonna have to invest your time and effort into something that you will benefit in the future. But most people, like every human, they want their cake now. So trying to tell a whole community, hey, we need to invest in something that, again, it's not football. It's not what we see on a daily basis. We're gonna have to invest all this to see something. It's a huge change.
Yeah, hold on, engineer. I'm gonna push back just a little bit, and you see this all the time, and I get on young guys. I go to the basketball court. I see junior middle school. Them guys hooping 8 hours a day. I'm like, dude, your daddy's 5'6". The odds he makes it. If you spend a little bit of that time, because in middle school you should be getting your A plus, your security plus, and your network plus. You can do that in middle school. If you
But
if you if you hooping 8 hours a day, if you study for 2, you can kill it. So for stuff we want to do, I seen a little dude running up and down the hill. I'm like, dude, your
but
daddy fat. You ain't going to the NFL. Go ahead, time in
but
on
that's
that.
the thing. See, this is the problem. And when I go to basketball, I see two groups of people. I see someone trying to hoop and learn. I see another person, probably the Caucasian, learning physics, understanding the physics of how the ball works, trying to do calculation on ball momentum, on all that in the ball court. So you're looking at two distinct people. Someone who's actually doing the hooping and someone who's calculating at the end of the day, trying to figure out how that ball works. So we need to know how to devise where our people are not only learning how to hoop, but also learning the physics of hooping, learning the whole aspect of hooping itself. But this is where we need to find more interest in not only hooping, but we need to find more interest in, okay, you 5'6", you're not gonna be in the NBA. But if you really want to be in the NBA, why not learn the physics of how this ball works, how to put a ball into the net? Why not learn about gravitational force, about
Yeah,
momentum, speed, and all that?
yeah. But what I
And then
saw
we can
is
balance it.
Yeah, but what I saw is something. It's kind of up your bailiwick is somebody took the plays from an NBA team playing another team. Then they tell you pick and roll on the left side between these two players worked 76% of the time against these two players, right? So now you turn to machine learning to say, okay,
Your
this set
statistics,
works
yeah.
with that set. Yeah, right. So people taking stats to say, okay, what works, what don't work,
That
what's
works.
this team's strengths and that team's strengths, and
So,
these two players on the side versus these two players. Like, oh, that's machine learning with the stats. Go ahead and
yeah,
chime in on that. Chime in
that's
on that.
we can use. If I can come, if everybody, I know a lot of everybody. We're gonna quote every stat about how each player, the throw rate of each player, the free throw. They know how to quote all that stat. Now the question is, if I tell you, you can use that stat to predict how you can whether LeBron is going to win against the Celtics or somebody, and why don't we use that to teach these kids on how to use predictive analytics using what you already know? And so you already know all these stats. Why not apply it in such a way that you can predict who wins? And then while you're watching it, you're excited, saying, "Look, my prediction might come true. My
Facts,
prediction
facts.
might." And This is how I try to utilize what you enjoy to basically utilize to learn statistics. And say use what you enjoy, and then Rather than you're not going, you don't have it. You're not going to make the NBA. You're not going to hoop. You suck. Well, why not? Why not use? Why not use? Why if you don't know how to play, why not utilize that skill somewhere else? And you like again learn. But if you like boxing, why not say, okay, what's the likelihood of this guy being he's gonna win, knowing his stats, knowing how many wins he had based on height, on all that, and then utilize all that. And this is how you teach. But we're not doing that itself.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. But no, that's right, Helmet, because I work with a lot of Indian guys, and I'm actually going to interview some of those guys on my channel. But they're right is their basketball is tech, right? Because Indian as a culture, their thing is technology, right? Certain cultures specialize in certain things. Their culture is big on tech, so they expect their guys to be in tech, right? A high percentage of Indians for their population, especially in the U.S., is going to be about tech. So.
Yeah, and it's pushed. We don't get me wrong. We need to push that for the forefront. Like, okay, yeah, hey, your brother's a good hooper, but you're not good. Why not go into physics, or why not go into statistics, or why not learn how to computer? Why not help your brother? If your brother you want to run drills with your brother, why not create a simulation for your brother and see how that works on this computer and help him become a good player itself with your simulation? And this is how the interactions we need to basically do. Pick up JavaScript, create a simulation platform, show your brother, hey, if you do this, you get better. If you learn how to jump this, you get better. And now you working as a team. When your brother says, how can I improve? He comes to you and says, look, how can I improve? These are my stats. You run a simulation on your dashboard and say, okay, based on what you've given me, you need to improve this. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And this is how you configure not only your tech but also the sports background. And this is what many cultures and many people are currently doing to infuse tech in sports and what you love to do.
No, that's true. Let me read this real quick. Do you think A plus network and security plus is not too advanced for school kids? I took them there. No, I think you're right, JM. I think in high school, I think they could pick those up. Two is I think because I'm an ex professor. You know, I taught at a community college for 10 years. I think a lot of our material is dry. All right. If you look, they got these computer balls, and I'm gonna show them on the stream. Is they got kids in the fourth grade taking these balls, and they're looking at their iPad and they're programming degrees into this ball to eat stuff like a Pac-Man, right? So the programming takes this ball and it goes eat stuff and spit stuff out, right? But they're writing the program to move the ball, right? It's not high level programming, but it's left, right, loop, right? So it gives you the fundamental basics. Yeah. And they're doing this stuff in grade school, right? So I think those are the stuff we need to do. Once you master that, JM, I think it's easier to go up the ladder. Go ahead, Engineering Academy.
Start building the baseline. The baseline of every program is math. Let's just understand the basics of algebra, physics. Get them involved in, again, how I got involved in all this was my professors utilized movies and utilized what I enjoyed related to what I got, and based on that, I enjoyed physics. I mean, he used the movie Hitman to tell me how to enjoy physics. He said, Hitman, if he wanted to be a better hitman, he should have understand how projectiles move with wind or how projectile moves. So he showed me all this and made me interested in this. So this is how we need to relate to the young ones right now with something that they enjoy on a daily basis.
No, facts. But no, right, you, Helman, and I think we as a community gets confused because the odds of you getting $100 million LeBron bag where you can easily make 250 to 300 longer than LeBron's gonna play. Now LeBron's a beast. Most people playing the NBA for 10 years, right? He's gonna get 20. So you over 40 years making 250, right? Right? Are you smarter? You know how to invest. And the odds of you actually being a DBA programmer or a cloud is definitely higher than you
Fine.
trying to make it to a person. The odds of you making the NFL is less than 1% of 1%. The odds you being a DBA, if you study hard, is probably 80% or 90%. If you put your work in, go ahead and chime in on that, engineer.
We need to just look at reality. The odds of going into the NBA, if you're not physically inclined to, goes down. So, but the odds of you picking up a book in a library and learning statistics and going and learn machine learning and making 220,000 goes up. So, will you rather be waiting on the sideline, knowing you're broke and hungry, or you can go learn statistics and program a quick robot and they cough you out 220, 300,000, and you living in a nice house and having no problems. There's
Facts. Easy.
There's there's something we need to discuss that says, hey, you can continue with a hoop dream, but you can at the same time be doing something else at the same time and do it remotely. Again,
facts.
You can be pursuing your hoop dream and be working for IBM remotely and be making that money. Again, you have options. You don't really need to. You just need to devise that option.
No, that's true. What's your thoughts on the screen? Yeah, I believe Africa is an untapped market. I think you need to think more globally, right? Especially where more work. So I think that's definitely going to open up. I think too is the cool thing, and I'm a governor enjoying a Citizen Lou is, and like Engineer Kev, when you get programmed, you can make an app and push it around the world. You can give it away for free, open source, charge, a fee to keep it going, like open source, a maintenance fee. There's just so many ways to do it. So definitely with that. So you definitely want to think more globally than just thinking the United States. What's your thoughts on that, Engineer Canada?
It's already open. They have a lot of fintechs. I've been looking at a lot of health tech, fintechs space in West Africa. Again, a lot of spaces, crypto, meta. Again, I'm the data AI guy. That's what I dream and eat on a daily basis, and that's what I do. And there's a lot of opportunities.
Hold on, real quick. First Gen says sport analytics is perfect for us. Money be made, and you got to think is a lot of people, old people are mad because the NBA analytics guy said 3-pointers are the way to go, right? So, so people. That lets you know data is already in sports. What you chime out because the 3-pointer, the nerds said the 3-pointer is the way to go. Go ahead.
I mean, the sports. If you understand, you don't even know what's going on in the sports industry, from predicting boxing fights to utilizing that for race cars. You know that one of the technologies in Black Panther where they were trying to use. She was connecting through a car using basically what I call visual aspects of it. They're trying to do that for racing, and that's true. There's AI and data analytics. So sports data is growing in ways you don't even trying to predict the NBA game. How can I beat? They hire a lot of data scientists to predict how to beat LeBron. And not only how to beat him in the game, but how to beat him outside the game, using psychology, using data. I mean, we think that's the funny part. I always laugh when people come in and do sports announcing and all that. I'm saying most sports announcing and most sports, what people are doing with sports is with the data. Most coaches right now rely on data scientists.
Yeah.
Most coaches tell you, can I see the stats my data guys brought in? What are they doing? And if you go to the data guys, they're not black. Most of the data guys in the team are Chinese, white, and all that. If you go and say, go meet my data guys, you go in there, you're not seeing any black folks.
No.
And this is really technical stuff.
Yeah, two is like you said, they said the race car drivers, they were playing those games, like you said, with the visualization. And they said when they got in a real car, the shifting was so similar to that and where you made your move is. So a lot of times you doing that in virtual reality with the toy wheel, but it's almost like driving a real car when you get out there.
I mean, if I tell you what I see on a daily basis, on how how AI and tech and data is going so fast that I'm like, we're not in this. In healthcare, I'm seeing it in healthcare, and I'm like, what is going on? There's so much data out here in healthcare that we are being moved out the way. And even with the automation, even with the robots, if you look at the Tesla AI day with the robots and people that came to talk about it, did you see any black folks coming out to talk about it? I was like, what's going on? Are you telling me in the whole team there's no black folks that can come in and program a robot and show algorithms on a robot? Each person that came out, I was expecting, okay, I'm going to see a black guy come out. He's going to talk. I didn't see that. I was like, well, there's something wrong with this. But yet, we can come here and talk about yay. But when you see the Tesla AI robot, you remember this is a robot that's probably going to take care of you in your old age. And if he doesn't know what you like or what they like, and the person programming it is not of your race or anything, there's a problem going to happen. A bias going to happen. But again, we're not talking about that. But hey.
No, thanks. We were just talking about the hand sanitizer. We definitely think you need to get in the math, get in the IT, get that logic down, and so so we can progress and get the bag. So let me work through these. Yep, Africa's huge. Rwanda, Desmond. Okay, hand sanitizer. Okay, let's see. PBO question for me. Tell Engineer Cannabis I'll be waiting on my email. Somebody emailed you, Engineer Cannabis.
I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you.
I'm like time. You. I'm bad about my email. Go ahead.
I ain't got time. I'm trying to program. I'm learning JavaScript over again. I'm learning algorithms, research papers. My day is booked. So if I'm not reaching out to you, please bear with me. I'm booked.
Let's see, Trevor. Every time I tell people to push the kids. So if you look on the screen, that's kind of one of the things I'm trying to do next summer, kind of like for middle school, especially young men, kind of get them with the AI remote car, like Engineering Cannabis. You can program it. That's a camera right there. So you program it to say, okay, this is something I need to avoid and not run into, right? To kind of get people, especially young men, to dip their toe in the AI. And two is you don't have to do the electronic car. It can actually be out on the screen like a game. Go ahead, Engineering Cannabis.
The funny thing is, this was the most funny thing. There was this new technology that came out that basically goes in, a lawnmower that goes in and basically mows your lawn.
I saw that, yep.
You know, the person just got a couple of $1 million to continue developing it. And he's doing it based on free software that's out there.
Yeah. There was somebody on the Manosphere was doing that for me.
Yeah. Free software out there, object detection software.
Yeah.
And he has a team of 60 people making millions of dollars from free software and sensors that probably you can go get from Home Depot and all that. And I'm like, really? And we here playing? And this is going to be in everybody's houses in probably next 3 to 4 years. Everybody is going to be exactly what people are using for their vacuum cleaner now. This is going to be a new technology. So again, we'll be all right though. We got yay.
No, that's but yeah, like my man said, AI has been replacing jobs steadily and stealthily. I don't think it's stealthily, man, because I remember that should be 2,000 typing pools. Now everybody types their own paper, right? So as you see stuff into the new part of that, there's gonna be no cashiers in the next 5 years. Everybody gonna be scanning their own stuff.
So. Because it's less and less cashiers I'm seeing.
Yeah,
now,
so you can see it. Yeah, so those jobs are moving to different jobs, right? So but you're right, and I worry, and I'm actually gonna start doing streams on jobs I think are gonna disappear currently and what that will look like in the future, right? So first one's gonna be a cashier. What does that look like in the future? It'll be one cashier just coming when you mess up or when you get liquor, right? They gotta scare you to get the liquor, right? But so that's coming. But once you get on the car, that's what I'm hoping to get the young guys looking at playing with. Go ahead and chime in on the AI.
Even with the car, even with the cars, I've been looking at a lot of competition with the cars, like a lot of competition that comes in and sponsor. Okay, to design cars, I'm not seeing black folks in those competitions, and these are young dudes coming to design cars with an AI automated system in there, and we're not seeing that. We need again these cars. Now I'm going to say this: these cars at the end, when these kids design these cars, they get sponsors from big companies to go to college, to continue their college education for free. And it's just getting. I'm getting annoyed because I go to NBA teams and all that, and I go to their data side, and I go to the analytics side, and I go in and I talk to people, and I'm like, what's going on? Where are the black folks? I go to go to Nike. Nike its own. Nike has a big, huge analytics department, and they make huge, even with the shoes, they make huge money from the analytics and the data side. And you go in, if you go in there, you ask who leads your team. You're not gonna see us leading the team. No. But we buy most of their shoes.
Oh, facts. But you know, like you said, when they did that rapper off the AI and machine learning, right? It did all the bad parts of the community to make the rapper. So
they have data on who's likely to buy out your shoe. They have data on demographics on who is likely to buy your shoe, where to buy your shoe, where to sell, the selling point of your shoe, what's appealing to that shoe. They have all that data to know what day they can use to market that shoe and where you're going to be available to buy that shoe. They have each of that data and know how to market it. So do you know how important that is? I know how to deploy that just to know, again, how many men are going to go buy my shoe, how it's going to resell in the resale market. They have all that data, and we are playing. But again, hey, I'm okay.
Yeah. Facts. If y'all look on the screen, we went from I don't even want to call it a toy car that Amazon has. They actually have a racing league that you sign up. Then after the racing league, just what Engineering Cannabis was saying, they got the AI and ML scholarships on the website. So once you master the car, you can try to go ahead and get the AI and ML scholarship once you get your car. So if we get the little kids running, even if they get beat and we don't do well, we can still apply for the scholarship. right there.
And the funny thing is, once you apply for scholarships, they're gonna keep you in mind for internships.
Right.
And this is how these kids pay off their college tuition and come out no debt, and they here making big money when they get employed by Amazon itself or Tesla. This is how it works.
So that's the car for the kids. Then we're gonna take it to the ML scholarships, right? So that's how.
And after that, they go to all these colleges for free, get paid. Amazon then recruits them for internships, get some internships, and all because they understand statistics, basic regression analysis, or basic classification analysis. Again, that's all they understand. And again, most of the software they use is free. It's online for free. The whole code is free. All code of all this is free. So again,
let me chime in on what Trey said. I don't want to get too dark, but so we're gonna end it on that stuff. Just thinking, wouldn't that cause a big shift in the economy with the unemployment rate taking such a big spike because of loss of jobs? That's why they're giving you UBI and all those monies, because they're getting used to you being able to live on nothing. They know that's coming because they already know there's a shortage right now of truck drivers. But once AI starts sucking that in, the first thing I believe is going to be super automated is trucks. All right. Yeah. It's going to be the B right. They're going to drive the truck on the highway, up on the highway. The truck's going to drive from the east to west coast. Then they're going to drive it in and park it in the city. So that's going to be the first big thing. But now they're getting you ready with those UBIs and those payments just so you can figure out how you're going to live. So, yeah, that's coming. I believe in the next 20, 25 years, probably 20 to 30 million jobs are going to disappear, right? They're going to be new jobs, but you're not going to need as many people, right? So chime in on that, engineering cannabis. What's your thought on that, man?
You will the jobs will disappear. Don't get me wrong. It's evolution. It will disappear. The more technology gets better, the more repetitive jobs starts getting replaced. You cashiers, you're not going to see even paralegals right now. I know a lot of paralegals are worried because most of their jobs are being replaced by AI that does research for it. So again, it's coming. It's here, and it's getting better. I mean, just look at the Tesla robot. That and he's trying to make it cheap. So imagine if someone can replace a human being for $20,000, and I'm paying you in your lifetime probably.
Right, so and like you said, the Tesla bot is my mom. You know, she passed away. She was in a nursing home. 80% of a CNA job is to get them to the bathroom. So the robot just got to help them get to the bathroom, get them up. The robot can put their hand and take on their vitals. That's 80% of what a CNA does. Go ahead and chime in on that.
And again, the robot doesn't have any emotion, so he's not the robot. The robot is now just a tool. So the human part is still going to be there to give you comfort, but the robot is just a tool like a hammer or a wheelchair or something, just a tool. So that the aspect of a CNA that whole job of a CNA disappears. Now the CNA has to now either learn how to either operate on that robot, how to basically make it work, or has to learn how to be a nurse. So that CNA route is over. So it's evolution. Either the CNA has to now improve the skills to become a nurse, and the nursing now. The funny thing, the nursing is not going to be more analytical because nursing. What I'm seeing now, nurses have to now know how to read data that comes out from not only the machines that give drugs like ventilation machines, machines that deliver drugs. They're gonna have to know how to look at that data and assess that data, and know how to make decisions using that data from scheduling to again. Nursing is going to become more data centric. And now as you go, most nurse classes now will have more data centric classes involved in your nursing. So healthcare is going to be more data centric. Just know that. So now, once you're looking at data, once you're looking at nursing, you're going to look at how data is going to help you drive your nursing practice itself more. So again, there's going to be a huge change. So people are going to have to now know how to improve their skills.
Yeah, but they're doing it right now. And that's going to be the last thing. I'm sure, like Peter Investor said, human part is on Zoom and Zoom. Because now they got telehealth. Because you couldn't get big doctors to go in rural areas in any part of the hood now. So you're going to go on Zoom. You're going to put the cuff on. You're going to scan your body. It's going to send all the data to the doctor. So, you're 100% right. Chime in on that, man.
And the nurse is going to be telehealth. Now, we don't need to see a doctor. Maybe a nurse is going to be there. And the nurse is going to be like, okay, this is the doctor. He's going to observe your vitals for a while. Then he's going to send your recommendation. I, as a nurse, I'm going to start looking at your stuff in there. So now healthcare is going to be data centric because, again, we have limited resources. We're going to have to try to utilize the resource. Surgery is going to be performed. Your surgery for maybe someone who's having surgery is going to be performed in a doctor who's in Seattle, and the surgery is going to be performed probably in somewhere rural, and the doctor is probably sitting down in Seattle doing the surgery, utilizing a whole system that requires a network engineer, AI engineer, all that. That's going to be a new healthcare system.
Right.
This is what's going on, and this is what's going on now. China is doing this. So this is what's going on, and we are not. We need to be more involved in this.
No.
We need to
Well,
know because again, it's a lot of moving parts.
Demond, I think you're gonna get the opposite effect. Tech will make the decision tree of the healthcare. The bedside nurse days are unfortunately being diminished and devalued. I think that's where you're gonna get the CNA. I think they're gonna give you more than human touch, and the robots gonna come and do all that dirty work, right?
Yeah. So
So the
yeah, the
C,
robots,
so so
the
the
robots.
CNA will have a little more time to
Yeah,
do some of that human
empathy.
touch. Yeah,
Yeah,
chime in on that.
the
Demond.
robots are. It's now the nurses will be now more focused on that human development
Right,
to
right.
be one on one with the human and knowing okay how you feeling all that. So you removing a lot of tasks from that nurse where the robot then performs those idle tasks of monitoring, of making sure scheduled drug dosages, while the nurse comes in and administers that one-on-one healthcare. Are you okay? Is the robot performing what you needed to do? And
Mm.
even the nurse might be able to even come in and look at the robot and see, maybe adjust some of the settings for the robot to be more functional. So
Mm.
again, the nurse role might even evolve to be a nurse tech, a nurse technologist, a nurse. So the role might evolve more and more. So I don't see it as a minus. I see it as a plus.
Yeah.
More money
Oh,
for the nurse, more money
no,
for
that's true.
understanding not only tech for the nurse, but also nurse technology. So again, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, let me chime in on this one real quick. Augmented reality and VR with this, the education will go gangbusters. Yeah, but the problem is I think especially in inner cities and rural areas, your tax base doesn't pay enough to support your school system. So all your schooling in the future will be at home, right? And black people use black people use school as daycare. So if your kid's not at school, right? So I think that's the future. That's going to be plus and minus. I think you get some of the best educators, but I think in the future, unless you got money, your classes will be at home with virtual reality.
Yeah,
Now, I love Iron Man. You can make the engine point out. We can look at individual nibbles and binary, go through the network. You can watch it go through the OSI layer. All that stuff will be cool, right? But you will be doing that at home. Chime in
but
on that.
but that also produced another industry, safety.
Oh, fact.
How do we create a safe environment for the child to learn using VR? Not only physical safety but software safety.
Oh, facts.
How do you provide a safe environment where the child will be safe at home,
Mm-hmm.
learning and monitored? So that's another opportunity. Again, with tech, not only physical safety but software safety,
Yeah, that's
guarding
true.
all that. So you, I look at it as a advancement in different areas, and not only again safety, protection, healthcare. It's we need to focus on that advancement in different sectors, and how that advancement not only can profit us as an individual but as a community itself.
No, that's true. I'm gonna let you kick it off. What you gonna end with, man? I'm gonna go check on my shit. This and Lou. I've been
Yeah,
going too long. What you want
I
to end
need.
with, man?
I'm gonna end with this. I'm I'm a learner. I'm an avid learner. I'm always gonna continue learning. I'm learning JavaScript right now. Don't get me. I know Python a lot. But I'm learning JavaScript. I'm learning. I'm learning different areas right now. I'm reading right now. I'm up right now, trying to study till probably two a.m. But this is what I do to learn, and this is what we
Facts.
need to do to learn. It's not an easy task. This is what it takes to learn, and we just need to learn that much, and again, improve our lives. And this is the path we need to do. And that's
Facts.
how I
Facts.
end it.
No, I agree with you. Like I said, I'm 55 out here getting AWS sir. So you like it never stops, man. Because that's the good thing and bad thing about technology is it learns and evolves. So you can catch a wave and make a bag, but you can miss a wave and lose a bag. So
Yeah,
it's just so much stuff out there you can get and learn. So
I
I
mean, it's there's so much money out there. There's so much money to learn, and all we need to do is learn the basics and build on it. robots. Everybody thinks the robots are a huge program. The robots are mathematics, statistics.
Facts.
That's it. Linear algebra and all that, and using computer chips to make that whole system work faster. That's it.
But two
It's
is,
not that so technical.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw you this last stop out, and we're gonna end it is like engineering cannabis always says. Amazon gives you these widgets to use, you staple together, but you're not really getting the back end, right? That's how you make the money. But you can start with those individual services to get your skills up so you can start learning the back end. Yeah. They give you this stuff, makes it a lot easier for you to do machine learning and inferences, all that stuff built into a lot of services. You just got to feed it the data and it'll tell you what it inferred, right? It could be wrong, but it's going to tell you what it inferred.
Yeah, but if you learn it, again, that's why Elon Musk is never going to fire the people who are creating those robots because they have the skills to do it. And none of them, I'm going to tell you right now, none of them are not going to miss a meal. None of them, I tell you right, they live in big houses. They're dropping their bags in houses that they know, yes, they're making good money in that. And the question is, if I go to those meetings, I'm not seeing my folks in there.
No.
When I go to meetings, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I'm the only guy who. What's going on?
I'm right there with cybersecurity. So check out Helmet's Azure Training Day if you want to get some. Everybody go check out Citizen Lou.
Yeah, I'm about to
shut it down and go check him out. Hell, I might go to bed. I'm tired. It's almost midnight here. But everybody have a good night. Happy hump day. Let's get it tomorrow. I'll check it out. Thanks for coming up, Engineering Cannabis. I appreciate it. I'm out. Everybody have a good night.